constantly worried and wondering what people think of you? You leave a conversation and you overanalyze it and you wonder, oh man, did I sound, or what did I say? Oh my gosh. And then you just like literally become embarrassed and you want to stop, but it just doesn't seem like you can. Well, in today's video, I'm hoping that I can help you with that. My name is Kesha and I'm a licensed professional counselor with Venus Springs. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. This channel is devoted to people like you who want to enrich their lives, who want to get out of their own way, who want to improve their wellness and enrich their lives and find their purpose and all the good things. Stick around to the end and I'm going to tell you how you can get a free 30-minute consultation. So let's get to it. Why you're really here. It's because you are worried about what people think about you and you're tired and you want to move on and you want to figure out how to stop it. As I was preparing this video to share with you guys, I decided that it's such a long list of things that you can do to improve how you think about things when it comes to worrying about what people think of you. And so I just picked out the top 4 that I thought would be really useful and things that you could get started with today. Tip number 1, know your values. If you know what's important to you, what you value, what you care about, then it's going to be a lot harder for the influence of others to really get to you, right? So if you're struggling with, oh, I don't really know what I value, I don't really know what it is that I like, then that's an area that I would encourage you to start paying attention to if you really want to conquer this. If you don't know what's important to you, then you might be easily influenced by other people's opinions. But if you know, without a doubt, 100%, that it's important to you to be genuine and authentic with people, then, you know, if someone is kind of plastic or a little fake, then you're not going to want to be around that person and you're probably not really going to care what they think about you. So the first tip that I have for you is to really explore what are your true core values? What is it that is important to you? And focus on that, meditate on it a little bit, explore on it a little bit more, talk to people that you do have a good relationship with, that you do feel comfortable with and calm with, to help you figure that out. And if you can't do it that way, talk to a therapist. Number 2, people's perceptions of you do not define you, not unless you let them. People's perceptions of you or what they think of you have absolutely nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Carl Jung said, founder of analytical psychology, that thinking is difficult. That's why people judge. So remember that. It takes a lot to take a step back and really examine interactions with people, right? And so most of the time, people are in their own heads about things. You don't know what's going on with them first thing in the morning, what's going on at home with their family. You have no idea about what's going on in their world, right? So if a person's judging you, it's probably because it's got something to do with them. So try to remember that when you find yourself going down that spiral, going down that rabbit hole that we can get trapped in when we're looking for approval from other people, right? Really ask yourself, well, what would that approval actually do for me? Like, what exactly would it change in my life? And that kind of goes back to tip number 1, right? So if you're connected with your values, you know who you really are, you know what you want, you know what's important to you, then someone judging you is not going to change that. Try to remember that quote when you find yourself getting stuck and going down that rabbit hole, right? Thinking is difficult. That's why people judge. This brings me to tip number 3, making assumptions, right? So if you're worried about what other people think and you're drawing conclusions about what they could be thinking about you, you're making an assumption. You cannot read someone's mind. And it kind of goes back to what I was just talking about. You don't know what's going on with them. You have no idea what their journey is like or what they've been through or what they're going through currently. So making assumptions is really only harming yourself. If you're stuck and you're worried about what someone else is thinking, ask yourself, am I making assumptions? Am I trying to read that person's mind, right? And then check yourself and then go back and think, okay, well, what is it that I value? What's important to me here? Is this person's opinion actually going to change anything? Moving on. Tip number 4, CYH. Okay, you've heard of CYA, right? Cover your ass. Well, CYH is capture your heart. I came up with this saying to help people check themselves when they find themselves in these kinds of loops, caring so much about what other people think, wanting their approval, wanting their validation. This whole idea is about treating yourself the way you want other people to treat you. And I know some people are out there like, what? That's not how the saying goes. It's treat others how you want to be treated. Well, that's still absolutely true. But what about those people that you cannot please? What about those people that no matter how kind and compassionate you are, they still are bitter and resentful and ugly and hateful, right? People that do suffer with things like narcissistic personality disorder, for instance. Well, I should say people around them suffer for that, not them. Anyway, I digress. Moving on. So how you have a relationship with your emotions has either been taught to you directly or you have learned it by watching and experience and what you've been exposed to. And it's just like anything else. You have to be taught these things. You don't wake up one day and just know how to brush your teeth. That's what CYH is really about, learning how to treat your emotional self. Just like all that effort you're doing to try to get someone to appreciate and love or accept or whatever the case may be for you, put that effort inward. The idea behind this is that you're building a sense of self-worth and value. If you value who you are, if you find yourself worthy, if you're centered and grounded in your values and your core beliefs, nothing's going to shake you. So you can have someone being a complete jerk to you and you'll know, wait a minute, this doesn't feel good. I deserve better than that. That is not okay, right? So what about those people that use your desire for approval and validation to harm you and to just keep you sucking dry? If you CYH capture your heart, then you're going to refocus your intention on yourself. So the more you treat yourself the way you want to be treated, the less likely you're going to put yourself in a toxic situation, because that's what our emotions are about. They're there to help us and to alert us to things we have to pay attention to. And that is why I encourage people to really think about these things and really kind of challenge what's going on and ask themselves questions. And if it's difficult for you to do that and you find yourself in your head all the time, then that's why therapy is helpful, because you can talk to someone who can listen to you objectively and just hold space for you while you try to sort it out, and also give you some insight on things that you might be missing. So if that sounds like something you're dealing with and that's something that you want to work on and improve, then check out that description below and check out the other videos. If you don't have time for that, just remember CYH, and that includes compassion and patience and all the good things. And think about, okay, if I'm treating myself this way, then I'm not going to tolerate anybody else treating me any differently. So let's wrap it up. The first tip was know your values, know your core beliefs. What is it that's important to you? The second one was people's perceptions of you do not define you. The third one was stop making assumptions. Remember, we can't read people's minds. And the last one was CYH, capture your heart. So I hope this content and this video was helpful for you. And if you enjoyed it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel so you can get more content like this. At the beginning of this video, I said stick around because you'll have an opportunity to learn how you can get a free 30-minute consultation with a therapist. The reason why this offer is special is because most therapists only offer a 15-minute consultation. And typically they talk about just their services and what they have to offer. In this case, this consultation will not be about me selling services or anything like that. This consultation will not be considered therapy. It is just a consultation. You'll tell me how you're feeling, what's going on with you, and I'll do my best to offer you a little bit of insight and direction on where to go from here. If that sounds like something that you're needing or wanting, then go to my website. The link is down in the description, and you're gonna go to the Contact Us page. And there you'll be prompted to send a message, and it'll ask you for your name, and then under the subject, what I'm gonna tell you to write is YouTube 30. Okay, and then under the message, you can give me your name and give me a way to get in contact with you so we can schedule that 30-minute consultation. If you're not really wanting a consultation, but you do want a community to rally around you and support you, let us know in the comments. Join our community, subscribe, share your stories, and I'll respond to you, and maybe some of our other community members will do so as well. Looking forward to sharing the next video with you. If you ever have any thoughts, questions, or anything else, hit me up. Until next time, be well, be strong, and be loved. Okay, I have to share this with you guys, okay? I'm gonna tell you a secret. People care about what other people think because they are judging themselves already. If you're highly critical of yourself, then you're gonna assume that everybody else is that way. So stop doing that and be nice to yourself. Just be you. People that matter don't care how silly you are, or how ridiculous you are, or how you messed up. They're gonna love you and they're gonna support you and they're gonna be there for you. You gotta find your tribe. Get out of your own way. In conclusion, so That's all I got. See you later.